News Voice is the world's first mobile app that helps you track where your news is coming from. News Voice helps you track what corporate interests might be influencing the narratives in the news you read every day. Arm yourself against corporate media monopolies by downloading the News Voice app for free using the link right underneath this video. I have breaking news about authoritarian repression of the media for you. The president, Donald Trump, said yesterday, it should be illegal for the news media to cover and report on the coronavirus pandemic when there's an election about to happen. Now, as you may know, we have more than 230,000 deaths in the U.S. from coronavirus. We have one of the highest per capita case rates in the world. We have one of the highest per capita death rates in the world. We have 4% of the population and 20% of the deaths. We are potentially heading into the worst period for the U.S. in history from the standpoint of public health. And it is imperative that every American understand what's going on, rising cases, rising deaths, what the stakes are and what we must do. And Trump wants it to be illegal for news media to report on a pandemic during a pandemic because he's trying to hide it so he can get himself another 4 years in the Oval Office, because he has failed miserably in dealing with the virus. Trump tweeting, quote, "We have made tremendous progress with the China virus, but the fake news refuses to talk about it this close to the election. COVID is being used by them in total coordination in order to change our great early election numbers. Should be an election law violation." Trump then complaining that CNN is talking about COVID during one of his 3 rallies yesterday. Take a look.
Aren't they? Getting tired of the pandemic. You turn on CNN, that's all they cover. COVID, pandemic, COVID. You know why? They're trying to talk everybody out of voting. People aren't buying at CNN, you dumb bastards. They're not buying it. That's all they talk about.
How delusional is this? Is this evil? Is it sociopathic? Is it merely dictatorial? This is happening in the middle of the United States, hitting new single-day records for cases over the weekend. 81,000 cases on Friday, 79,000 cases on Saturday. Records. We're in COVID hell in the United States. And Trump is saying it should be illegal for the news media to pick stories. I thought this guy was against regulation. I thought this guy was about letting everybody do what they want to do and stopping oppressive government intervention. It should be illegal to report on the pandemic. And it's also even funnier because, to the extent any of this is funny, it should be against election law, Trump says. The media should be bound by election law in what they can cover. They're not even running for anything. Election law typically applies to candidates, to campaigns, and to donors. Textbook fascism. This is a lunatic wannabe dictator. Now, news about a 100-year pandemic should be against the law. Trump says Biden should be in jail, but he won't tell us what crimes were committed. He says he will lock up the Bidens. Trump has been putting pressure on William Barr to investigate the Bidens. Trump won't commit to a peaceful transfer of power. But I don't think it will work anyway, in the sense of trying to suppress the fact that 230,000, realistically 310,000, if you actually look at excess mortality, hundreds of thousands of people, needless to say, have died on his watch. Trying to suppress it, I don't think will make people forget about it. And I don't think it will make people forgive Donald Trump. Not the sane, rational people anyway, although there's plenty of outrageous people around as well. But the most important thing to debunk here is the idea that COVID had to be bad for politicians. It's been horrible for the world as far as tragedy and death and suffering. But politically, it's only bad if you mishandle it. New Zealand's president was reelected in a landslide because she successfully kept the pandemic under control. She also happens to be a normal person who's not completely out of touch with reality. So Trump could be sailing to reelection if he had handled this correctly. Serious question to conservatives. Do you support Trump's statement that it should be against the law for the news to report on a pandemic because there's an election close by. It seems indefensible. And yet, I'm continuously surprised by what the right is willing to support. Should the media be banned from discussing COVID close to an election? The majority of Trumpists I'm seeing online, now these are just the ones willing to comment online. There could be a vast silent majority that is against this. But what I'm seeing online from Trumpists is it was taken out of context. Trump only said it as a joke. The media should be banned from covering it because they lie about it. If they told the truth, they should be allowed to cover it. But because the fake news media is lying about the pandemic, they shouldn't be allowed to cover it. I want to hear from Trumpists. Do you agree with this? Should it be illegal to cover coronavirus? I'm on Twitter at @DPakman. Let me know.